How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another video. So today we are going to be finally getting into my get home bag for the Jeep. Take all that stuff out, and also out there. And also the tool bag for the Jeep. So we have quite a few things, which of course here is the bag that I'm going to be using, which is a Condor bag. Off the top of my head, can't remember what it is. If I can remember what bag it is, I'll put it in the description. My brain's lost on that. Then I have this tote, which we don't need that, full of stuff, which has got the old bag, which is broken, and then a whole bunch of other stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get all that out, throw that in the back of the Jeep, and I'll show you what that is. Then I have the start of my tool bag right there, which we'll get to that first, but I need to go grab one more thing out of the Jeep. It's gonna be a messy day, I think. Just everything going around, flying around in my video. It's all good. That's garbage. Okay, so for tools, I have a set of combination open end box end wrenches. So these are metric and American, and they are all of them basically. So that's good. I have needle nose pliers, a regular set of pliers, some channel locks, a small hammer. I don't want nothing big because don't need it, and then this is good. Then I have American and metric Allen wrenches. Then I have Torx bits. Then in here is, I don't need a big hunk of screwdriver set and all that kind of stuff like I have in the garage. So basically I have this right here, which comes with the handle. Then there's 3 slot and 3 Phillips right there, so that works. And then a small socket set. That's just the start of the kit for the tools. There will be more later as I need more things. I'm going to go over the Jeep as I put the lift kit on it and find out like specific tools that I need. So if there's like a certain Torx bit that is needed to do any work on this thing or whatever, there will be certain tools that precisely go for that Jeep will be in the kit. But that's just a general stuff that you need to kind of when you're off-roading and all that kind of stuff. So that's the starting part of it. There'll be more to come, and as I get more tools, I will upgrade the kit. All right, so now let's go ahead and get to the bag and all the stuff that goes in it. Okay, so I first want to say a couple things. So if you're ever out camping, if you're ever out overlanding, all that kind of stuff, you always need to have this kind of stuff in your car. What happens also if you break down, and this has happened to me once, is I was out and I broke down and I had plenty of stuff to get by. Now there are people that are going to sit there in the comments and say, oh, you don't have food, you don't have water. Well, in this I don't, you're right, but I carry my big jug of water with me, which is 64 ounces of water. I carry that with me almost all the time, and I really mean like almost all the time. If I'm home, I'm not worried about it. If I'm going out, I have my water jug with me. Now, food wise, I don't want to keep food in the car because in the summertime it gets hot, food can deteriorate really fast. So not keeping granola bars, not keeping Cliff bars, not keeping any of that kind of stuff in the car. I do always have, I'll say at least 75% of the time, I have my other backpack with me that I use for work and all that kind of stuff, and that always has food in it. So needless to say, bags like this are always tailored around the individual person and not what everybody else thinks. Always do a bag on what you think you need and over experience and all that kind of stuff. And needless to say, this is the stuff I carry. Some of the stuff, you know, your people are gonna be like, oh, you don't need that. Well, I got stuck out in the mountains once, and some of this stuff came in handy. I've already went through in the previous video about stuff that's in the spare tire well underneath, which is, you know, blanket and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not gonna go over that kind of stuff again. That's in a previous video. But again, all that stuff came in handy when I got stuck on a mountain. So let's go ahead and go through what is in here and what is basically gonna go in my get home bag for the Jeep. So we're just gonna kind of brush over everything. So I have a water bottle. This is a single wall, which, you know, if you had a fire, you can boil water, sanitize water, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a single wall water bottle, which is perfect. I have a tent, and I have a sleeping bag, which are both, you know, life tent and a life bivvy. There's gloves, there's a tourniquet, toilet paper. There's rubber gloves, which there's more rubber gloves right here, which we'll get to that in a minute. There's some rope. Now I have a thing of 550 cord, and I have a simple strap. This can go over here with that. I have a Frontier filter straw. I have a ham radio, which will actually go in the front of the Jeep, and I am going to be working on getting my ham license this year. There's a cup. I have a, let's open it up. I have a fire steel. There's 1, 2, so I have battery operated flashlight, a wind up flashlight, and a headlamp that is USB chargeable. And this thing has USB outlet up there. Then there is planning on being another USB outlet in the back here. And some of this stuff I just kind of threw in. Toothbrush. Hey, that's important if you're out and you wind up in a hotel. Glow sticks. Extra batteries for the flashlight. I have a keychain thermometer, which came in handy that one night, so I know how freaking cold I was, because it was 18 degrees. Then I have a like a keychain tool that has screwdriver, knife, can opener, a couple other odds and ends on it. Get that closed. An N95 mask, an Esbit stove, which for, you know, you can boil water, you can cook, all that kind of stuff. And like I said, I got stuck on a mountain, and having an Esbit stove came in handy, because I actually happened to have that time, I had a Mountain House meal on me, and I had my bottle of water, Esbit stove, Mountain House meal. I didn't go hungry. So like I say, that's handy to have in the Jeep all the time. All right, so let's get back to it. This isn't a high dollar fixed blade knife, but it works. And then there's another ferrule rod right there. This is, we'll just put that over there. That's the medical aspect of it. I have a schmug, a emergency blanket, a poncho. I have another little water container. I have 2 carabiners, which I've used before in other Jeep, which I actually can't do it on this one, is I've had the clips around the straps of the backpack, and then it was hanging off the headrests of the back seat and then just kind of hanging there. Well, these headrests are built in, so that's why it's going in that compartment down there. Then I have mosquito repellent. I have a folder knife, and this thing is really good, really sharp, even though I always carry usually 2 knives on me. Some towels that, you know, expand with water. Then we have, which are these little, like little tinder tabs right there. You just kind of open them up, fluff them up, a little spark to them, take good fire. Then I have this fire kit right here, which inside is another, so that makes 3 ferro rods. There's a ferro rod in here, and then tinder to start a fire. Here is a handheld little saw kit that you can cut down trees. Then there's just a whole bunch of little odds and ends junk in here that I've had forever. And there's, like, you know, pencil sharpener, which you can make, you know, a little tinder out. There's a folding knife. There's a whistle and all that in there. 2 lighters, just in case, you know, ferro rod could potentially get lost. Then right here is fuel tablets for the Esbit stove. They're not Esbit fuel tabs, they're Coughlin's fuel tabs, but they work just as well. All right, now we go here. We have lip balm. We have a small multi-tool. And then this is kind of like the medical stuff that I have. So there's gloves in here, and here's some more, which I'll wind up putting in here. There's a spork to eat with. Ace bandage. There's a little medical kit right here that has bandages and all that kind of stuff in it. Here's a tourniquet, a splint, which you could kind of use these together if you had to splint yourself with a damaged limb. You'd kind of wrap that around, or you could use the ace bandage to put the splint on. Medical trauma scissors. And then in here is a little bit more advanced, I guess, you know, boo-boo kit with bandages, gauzes. There's another tourniquet in here. So there's plenty of medical stuff if you get hurt. All of this stuff fits inside that bag. So now let me go ahead, take a minute, put it all in the bag, and I'll show you the end result. Okay, there's the entire bag. Everything is packed in. So knife on the outside. On the other side is tourniquet and scissors. It does have a water bladder that fits in the back right in here. And then everything else is packed away inside. The top has a couple of the essential things that I would need right away. N95 mask, flashlight, couple other odds and ends. The front big pouch right here is all medical related. And then everything else is basically tucked into the big bag. It does have these 2 little side pouches, and there are like carabiners in here, and then some other stuff on the other side. But basically, there it is, all packed away, and then good to go in the bottom of this. And like I said, this is tailored to how I want it and how I have my things in my life and all that stuff, and what I carry every day and all that kind of stuff. That's how that bag is tailored. It stays in the Jeep 100% of the time. It's basically set up so I can leave it in there and don't have to worry about it at all. I don't have to think about what's in there, think about, oh, I need to make sure things are working, this and that, or switch out water, switch out food, anything like that. It's basically set up to sit in the Jeep and stay there forever, and only need it when an emergency happens. And I have had to use it for one emergency before. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed this video of what I carry in my Jeep as my get home bag. So there will be more things to come with the Jeep. We're not done. We're a long ways from being done with the Jeep. So, alright, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment, Catch you in the next video.